In the aftermath of 9/11, countries around the world had to take a good look at their security measures. Worldwide terrorism was no longer a faceless threat, it was a horrific reality.
Hi, I'm Nikki Matthews. After the horrendous events that we've just seen, one of the areas the UK had to look at was that of its waterways and coastline. We'd suffered attacks on our air, road and rail networks, so perhaps our waterways were an obvious target. With over 6,000 miles of coastline and 4,000 miles of waterway, that's a very tall order. When you consider just how many possible targets or locations that offer possibilities to either terrorists or criminals, the task of keeping them safe is a mammoth one.
As a result, Project Kraken was born in order to deliver an enhanced counter-terrorism and serious and organised crime vigilance capability within the maritime environment. The local police, together with the other agencies, look to involve key stakeholders and the local communities in order to provide a hostile environment to anyone looking to disrupt the everyday lives of those who live, work or travel through these areas.
One of the keys to the ongoing success of the project is making sure that residents and businesses are aware of any threat and sharing information that may come to light. There is a designated telephone number that people can ring in order to report anything suspicious. Appropriate resources can then be deployed depending on the information given.
It's almost impossible to say what a terrorist may look like. Indeed, in the ongoing fight against terrorism, the key is to expect the unexpected. For example, picture in your mind what you would expect a terrorist to look like. Most people would probably picture something like this. What you may not have considered is that the terrorist could look like this. This is a picture of Muriel de Goch. She was a 30-year-old Belgian convert who blew herself up in Iraq. She was the first European suicide bomber in history.
Equally, it's difficult to quantify suspicious behaviour, but an individual's activities or manner can become suspicious dependent on the location they're in.
Similarly, those who regularly live, work or relax in a particular environment may be concerned by the presence of an unexpected or unusual vessel in a port or marina.
There will always be criminals in every town and city that look to take advantage of situations, and the waterways are no exception. What we as police have to do is work closely with visitors, residents and workers to make sure that these criminals go away empty-handed. Crimes such as smuggling, criminal damage and theft are a constant problem, but by working together we can reduce these types of crime significantly.
There are a great many offences that can occur in and around our coastline, not least of all people and drug trafficking. But equally, smaller scale crimes such as theft of equipment or fuel can prove extremely frustrating and expensive. Just one call from you could provide the evidence we need to stop an illegal operation. Things to bear in mind could be anyone taking photographs, making drawings or taking notes of the same area regularly, and use of sightseeing boats or ferries for these activities on a regular basis. Vehicles parked in isolated places along the coast, perhaps signalling to vessels at sea. People testing the security of marinas or no-go areas to see if they're challenged, or signs of forced entry. Items being transferred at sea between vessels. The transfer of people whilst at sea. People enrolled on sailing courses showing interest in only a certain area of water or one particular feature. Loading or unloading of passengers or goods at unusual locations, or beach landings. A boat being returned from charter in poor condition. Crew on board a vessel appearing untrained or dressed inappropriately. The condition of any vessels, no flag, no navigational lights, untidy equipment on board and the name obscured or painted out. And last but by no means least, unusual activity around some of the country's more iconic landmarks or strategic sites.
We can't emphasise enough just how important it is for members of the public to report anything they deem to be suspicious. If you're not happy with something, ring us straight away. It may well be that your information backs up information we have from other sources and allows our officers to take action. With anybody who has any involvement in the coastline and waterways being our eyes and ears and challenging suspicious behaviour, we become a formidable force against crime and terrorism.